Okay, so I made this awesome intro for the educated music review, but there was not a good place to put it. So, I mean, right here's a good spot. Today we are going to be kind of going into the lyrics and just providing some, I guess, some thought song. You'll be okay. So, I mean, I just might as well just hop straight into this.
Yep, sounds like a plan.
Scared, and you don't know where I am, you must remember, no matter what happens to me, I will never be far away from my special little starfire. It always seems more quiet in the dark. It always feels so stark. How silence grows under the moon. Constellations gone so soon. I used to think that I was bold. I used to think love would be fun.
I'm gonna go ahead and just pause it right here.
Mm-hmm.
That quote, I used to think that love would be fun. If you watch the show, his marriage is fucked.
Yeah, it's pretty in shambles, definitely.
It and this shows just how far back that goes.
Yeah, because this is a flashback to when he's singing to his daughter, and he's
Yeah,
singing
and it's
basically
many
everything will
years
be
ago.
okay after she has a nightmare, and he's assuring that everything will be okay. Even when he's gone, everything will be okay. Even when the world is gone and everything's destroyed or whatever comes of that, everything will be okay, and you will be okay.
Yeah, and there's a lot of constellation-based references because of Stolas is a character in some mythology. I don't really remember which one, but it's an owl creature that controls herbs and stars and stuff like that. I don't know exact details, so I could be slightly wrong about some of those details, but based off of a character from some sort of mythology.
Hmm. That's interesting. I guess we'll continue if you want.
Yeah, might as well.
Now all my stories have been told, except for one.
I would like you to pause there. That's kind of a
Okay.
good one because it tells that the story, all the story, his stories have been told except for one, meaning maybe this episode of this show is that last story that hasn't been told, as well as the story that hasn't been told is the story of his daughter. There's probably
Yeah,
a lot going into that. And he
I mostly
sounds
just
like a lot of this is like into the intonation of the voice, like he said it with hope as he said it, except for
oh
one.
yeah.
He said it kind of hopefully in a very hopeful manner. So it's very much like he's commending his daughter and saying, "Oh, you have hope still, and you have a lot going for you, even though I didn't," kind of thing.
Yeah. I mostly just like when I heard that, I just mostly took it as he's lived his life
Hmm.
and she hasn't. But I do see
Exactly.
where you're coming from with that.
You can go ahead and continue.
As the stars start to align, I hope you take it as a sign that you'll be okay. Everything will be okay. And if the seven rings collapse, although the day could be my last, you will be okay. When I'm gone, you'll be okay.
Okay, like that when I'm gone you'll be okay, and sorry about my Discord going off. People are decided that now's the best time to text me. No messages all night and then every time. But like a lot of people were actually commenting about how it's like, "Oh, I had a nightmare, Dad." Hold up, let me just tell you something. When I'm done, when I'm dead, you'll be okay. I'll die eventually. But it's like, no, he's saying that like if they even paid attention to what the nightmare was about, which was that she couldn't find him.
Oh, I didn't even think about that one because the nightmare was that she was looking all over the palace and couldn't find him. That's true. So maybe he's not gone. He's just nowhere to be found, as it were.
Yeah, it was
That's
just
good. That's really good.
yeah, a lot of people miss that detail that the song is literally built around her nightmare.
That's
And
really
it's that
good.
he wasn't to anywhere to be found, but she should always remember that he will always be there for her, even if she can't see him.
Mm-hmm. And that shows in the later of the episode where she's where they later in the episode after the flashback here where they kind of have a few conflicts here and there, and yeah, it just shows that he's willing to, at very least willing to do a lot for his daughter, maybe not in the most ideal situation that she would think, but at least very willing to do a lot.
Yeah, he does like so much for her. Like that's dad of the year right there.
For real.
Because his marriage is in shambles, and yeah, that's partially his fault, but at the same time, it was already falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
But even though his marriage is in shambles, he is still there for his daughter.
Yeah.
And when creation goes to die, you can find me.
Yeah, I gotta pause this here because, real quick, props to the animators here because this scene is beautiful.
Oh yeah, the lighting is amazing. Props to the singer too, like because it's so
Oh
dramatic.
yeah,
It's extremely dramatic. Like it's so intense but beautiful at the same time. It's just an intense situation going on here.
oh
It's
yeah,
just beautiful. It's just gorgeous in every aspect of it. The singer, like when he said, when the universe goes to die or something like that, um, he just got more intense when he said die. Like that's just everything
yeah,
about
yeah.
this is amazing.
Like I'm just gonna go back a bit so we can see that
Yeah,
again.
do that again. Go back one
Yeah,
more.
that was.
Creation goes to die, you can find me in the sky.
Yeah, that was like the biggest bit of the song there, and I love that.
It is totally the climactic point of the song, no doubt. It's
And then it's
honestly an
just like a roller
amazing
coaster
piece.
goes right back down.
Yep, exactly.
This thing is just one big roller coaster. It's like slowly ramping up, and it just hits that spot and goes
And then it goes
right
down
down.
from there. Yeah, it's very climactic, like any story should be.
Oh, Wi-Fi.
Upon the lost day, and you will be okay.
And then I just want to real quick hear the song she plays at the start of this. It's
You slept with him, and now I'm fucking back. It's unexpected. I didn't have time to go to a motel. A motel?
just
Like a fucking plebeian?
if you got bass boost in your headphones, just sorry, I had to listen to the first bit there because the bass boost in my headphones makes it so beautiful.
Oh yeah.
The creator released a full version of that song. It just does not work with his voice at all.
Makes sense.
But what's great about that, the beauty of that, is because he made the song, right? And it doesn't work with his voice. And the beauty of that is because he built it to work with somebody else's voice, and it does.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Stolas' song. I mean, like, if we hop out here, also, I love that. Just that quote, though. It was unexpected. I didn't have time to book a hotel. It's like, that's what you're taking out of this. That it was in the bed.
I mean, yeah,
Alright.
that makes sense.
Just gonna go ahead and hop into this bit.
It always feels so quiet in the dark.
Yeah, just his voice there doesn't work as well.
It's a little. He's got the setup a little too bassy, and he needed a little more mid range to the low ends, to
Oh
like
yeah, but
balance the low end out.
his his voice is bassy.
Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
that too. And there's
and
also the
that's the
microphone.
beauty of it. Like props to it was Sam Haft. Yeah, props to Sam Haft here for being able to make a song that is built to work for somebody else.
Yeah, because a lot of people like they build a song like you've like obviously
It's
around.
built to work for their voice.
Right, exactly, and they do harmonize it differently, but it just it was so beautiful when that voice actor or whoever that was did it, sang it in the actual show. It's so beautiful. Every last bit of it is just touching, and in every sense, it is just so expressive in all the right ways.
Yeah, and it just works so well with that voice. And this does work. It just doesn't work as well as it could,
Mm-hmm.
which was why they, used that voice actor for it. But props to him for making such a beautiful song and being able to make it work for somebody else's voice.
True that.
It always feels so stark how silence grows under the moon, and it's always gone so soon. I used to think that I was bold. I used to think love was for fun. Now all my stories have been told, except for one. As the stars start to align, I hope you take it as a sign that you'll be okay.
I love the subtle guitar noises in the background. Because if you pay attention, you can hear the clicking of the pick and the sliding of the fingers, which
Yeah,
is kind of
that's
nice.
definitely that's like a very indicative of an acoustic primarily.
Oh yeah, definitely, because the distortion and just the amp doesn't pick up the sliding for an electric. So I
Yeah,
definitely
if you
want to
like
learn with
mic out
that.
an actual acoustic guitar, it'll generally do stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I could just real quick hop up here and you can hear
Yeah, there you
that.
go. Yeah, that's the mic picking that up. Yeah.
But yeah, I do love just that kind of subtle thing. And also, I was messing around with the bass boost dial on these headphones, and his voice really activates the bass boost.
Well, yeah, his high voice is actually very delicate. His low voice, like I think I really do think it's a setting that he has on his microphone some way somehow EQ'd wise
I don't
on
know, it's all
this version
delicate.
of the song. It's all delicate, but the bass was a little too much.
Oh
But the
yeah, a little bit.
highs were just that perfect delicate sound you needed. So I say we
I
continue and
think
get
that's
to that
just.
big boom part.
I think that was just his vocal range, though. Just
I
that
think
his
it was
vocal
partly
range is
the
that low.
microphone as well.
It
That's
might have
my
been.
personal thought.
That's something we, would have if we were completely professional. We would know,
Oh
but
yeah, exactly.
Everything will be okay.
just the gentle nature he takes it.
And if the seven hells collapse, although the day will be my last, you will be okay.
Real quick, when it said when the seven hells collapse, if you knew the lyrics, which isn't just me that I know the lyrics, it's just that I've seen this. But in the actual show, it was when the seven rings collapse.
Oh yeah, that's
They
right.
adjusted some of the lyrics to work a little bit better for the singing and story wise because the seven rings are the seven hells. It just works a bit better story wise and
Ah, that's well
maybe even
done.
singing wise.
Yeah, Rings is a little bit easier to sing than Hell because Hell has that H, which might get a little poppy in the mic as well as some other things.
Yeah. And I just love the way he just delicately approaches this song.
Oh yeah,
Because it's a children's lullaby. Like, it's meant
it
to
totally
calm the
is.
child.
Yeah.
So that was perfect there. Like, real props to this guy.
When I'm gone, you'll be okay. The day that you arrived, the sun went black. artificial night. You came and stole away the light and put it in your eyes. How could I possibly suspect that you'd eclipse the midnight sun? I thought that I knew all the moves, but then you pulled me back to one. If the stars ever align, I hope you take it as a sign that you'll be okay.
That was actually really well done there.
Yeah, it was pretty freeform on the rhythm. It was not exactly on, but it was like just off enough, but consistently off. It was really interesting there.
Yeah, it was a little weird, but I definitely love the high he got there, and you could hear how different his voice gets the higher up he sings. Because, you know, chest voice, throat voice, head
Yeah, all
voice,
that.
you know.
Yeah, he clearly went lower in his voice with that one.
Yeah, and it was very interesting to hear that difference and go and think that's the same person.
Yeah, he went lower in his body, is what I meant. Not lower in pitch, but he went
Yeah, I
lower in his body. Yeah,
get what you meant. Like he's
Yeah.
singing head voice, and then he moves
went to
down to
chest, and then
voice.
you can go to like diaphragm lower if you're really, really good.
Yeah, unless he was already standing, he definitely, he probably had to stand up for that bit.
Maybe.
So you probably want to already be standing if you know you have to stand up for a bit. And I actually played that. Yeah. No, I didn't need the light.
Everything will be okay. And if the seven hells collapse, although the day will be my last, you will be okay. When I'm gone, you'll be okay. And if the heavens crash aground, I know you'll hear the trumpet sound, and you'll be okay. Everything will be okay. And when creation goes to die,
I want to just talk about how we were talking about how he just went to diaphragm voice for that really intense bit.
Mm.
And then that right there was definitely throat voice. Like
Yeah,
it
he
wasn't
just like brought
head
it back
voice,
down,
but
like
it
you said,
wasn't
like a
chest
roller
voice.
coaster.
Yeah.
He brought it like a roller coaster. He brought it back down dynamically.
Yeah, and
made
then
it
now
more
he's back in
delicate
head
again.
voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he was like, for that big ol' intense bit, which was, beautifully constructed, he was in throat voice, and then now he's right back into head voice. You can hear the switch, I believe, like right here.
everything will be okay.
Right after this.
And when
That right there. You hear the switch right there. And it sounds like two different people if you know nothing about singing.
Right.
And I'm no professional singer. Like I've never taken any lessons in singing. I've just watched a lot of singing stuff and talked to a lot of singers. So I'm not trying to say I'm a professional. In no way am I a professional. I just know a little bit of what I'm talking about because
And
I
it's
have talked to people.
and it's very interesting how he does a different like execution of the same song, and he doesn't do it, I don't want to say as much justice, but he does it differently. He takes it a little more intensely, not as dynamically variant for sure.
Yeah.
There's not much as much dynamics going on as the not the original, but the one in the actual show.
Yeah, because technically this is the original. This was
Right.
what
So
he sent
the
to them for
original
the
is
show.
technically less dynamic or more.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah.
but it was beautifully constructed. And I mean, it's so strange to see somebody build a song for somebody else's voice. And I don't know if he has or has not, but I doubt he even heard the dude's singing voice. He probably did, but I mean, there's a good chance he didn't.
No telling.
Creation goes to die. You can find me in the sky upon the last day, and you will be okay.
I mean, yeah, it was nice.
Oh, sorry, I muted myself on the OBS. I I do want to comment on the like flat 2 he uses, because it's like, say if you're playing in C major, he does like a C sharp major and then it goes down to C major. It's really nice that, like, I think it's called the Neapolitan chord. Really well executed on that Neapolitan chord.
I'm gonna be honest and say I have only slightly an idea what you're talking about.
It's really advanced. Takes
Yeah,
a
it's
while
stuff
to
that,
know.
like, I mean, if you know, that's good for you. You know, if you know in the comments, good for you. You know, that's, you probably took a class on this stuff.
I definitely did, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I can't afford classes, but there's one more thing here.
What we got?
Okay.
You gotta switch
Please
it.
end my recording. No, wait, okay, it didn't end my recording. Did it end my recording? Okay, so this is the, excuse me. I know this is kind of a little bit confusing, but here we go. And now you should be able to see it. Okay, can you see the new tab open?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
This
This
just
came out today.
Wow, literally today, crazy.
Yeah, and I watched it and I really liked it. Like, you really should go subscribe to Gil Piles, you know, link in the description. Not that most of you guys.
See how this guy does. Do love his beard though.
I love how real quick, I do love how you could hear the change in the song, so it would
Yeah,
work with
it's
his
like
voice.
it gives a different enough timbre. It's a little bit
Yeah.
more like that electric guitar as opposed to the acoustic kind of feel. Yeah, definitely enough difference there. So you don't feel the same effect, and you don't feel like it's just a copy. He's actually doing
Yeah.
like his own version, and that's totally commendable in this regard. It's very much like he's saying, I'm gonna honor this, but in my own way, instead of just
Yeah.
imitating. And let's keep on going, I guess.
It always seems more quiet in the dark. It always feels so stark. How silence grows under the moon.
The way he handled the word moon there, that was, I actually kind of liked that.
Yeah, he kind of put a little bit of a spin on it, as it were. I
Yeah, he
also
gave it a
do
little
like the fact
vibrato.
that he's really working the mic really heavily, because he could theoretically just stay in the same spot and like move the fader slider on the actual mixing of this song to
Yeah.
change it and fix what he would have not done in performance. But he's actually moving his mouth different distances from the microphone to actually accommodate to not do that. And when you notice he got really low, he got closer to the mic, because it's very hard for the microphones to pick up lower voice stuff, because it's generally very hard to get those to resonate right. So he got
Honestly,
closer
I
to the
didn't see
mic, so
that.
that was great. That was amazing on his part. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell this was the footage of him recording it because of his facial expressions. A
Oh,
lot of the times
definitely.
when you see them like singing and they're just singing,
Flat, yeah, very flat
it's
face.
they're lip syncing over the pre-recorded to give you a better looking recording. But to anyone who's a music nerd, this is the better looking recording.
This is just beautiful already. This is
Yeah,
incredible already. I've only heard like just a little bit of it, and I can already tell he's gonna do great.
yeah,
I don't know
like,
how the high part's gonna go, because I haven't heard that range just yet, but I have faith that
do you
he's gonna
watch
do it
Caleb
just right.
Halls?
No, I don't. I should
Oh,
definitely
you
check
really
him
gotta.
out.
He also did Addict. If you
Oh, I know that
like
one.
have
Yeah.
he did a metal cover for Addict.
Oh, nice.
Him and he also Jonathan Young is also a good YouTuber
Oh
that did.
yeah, I know him. He's so cool. I love that guy.
Yeah,
He's
these
super
two are
cool.
basically in the same category of
That's
YouTubers.
really awesome. That's incredible. Let's continue, I suppose.
Constellations gone so soon. I used to think that I was bold. I used to think love would be fun. Now all the stories have been told,
Can you pause?
except for
So he got really dark there because in the timbre and the like the timbre of the lyrics and like the feel of the lyrics, it's very like, oh, I have no hope anymore. And he got very dark sounding. Is like, I got very dark sounding. Like just very.
Yeah,
He
kind of
just
a
got that.
flatter thought.
Yeah, he got very not really flatter. It's just like he just got very deep and like dark is just the best way to put it. He just got a little more depth and darkness to his voice to like add that in, and then he just went right back to, and then except for one. So that's just
Yeah.
awesome on his part. Already
And then
just amazing.
one thing, the first time I watched this, I was thinking about like something I wanted to mention was the only really way you can see he's singing true, and the reason why you know this is because the only way to tell what his emotions are in his eyes. And he's kind of like, you can kind of see that he definitely looks a bit nervous, but only
A
a
little
bit.
bit, yeah. And he can you can tell he's like nervous, but he's practiced as well in the sense
Yeah,
that he's also and also like if you watch his eyebrows, it's very expressive there as well. His whole
yeah,
facial expressions are just taking me
mostly
away
help him with
almost as
singing.
much as his singing, almost as
Yeah,
much.
and like you can tell when he's really putting immense effort in. Like, this guy's great.
Oh yeah,
But you can also tell he's enjoying himself through his eyes. Like, this
true,
dude clearly
true.
loves the Has Been Hotel and Helluva Boss. I mean, can you blame him?
Hmm.
It's good stuff.
one.
Here it is.
As the stars start to align, I hope.
Okay.
That
What are your
was
thoughts on that right there?
whoa. He just took it to a lighter but also strong. He got light with his intonations of his like his enunciation of his letters. But he got stronger because he knew the music was coming up to get stronger. And I'm sure he planned that perfectly. But
Oh yeah.
he's got it right on. He's got it just right on. I feel like once he gets to that big crash that we saw in the original, it's gonna be intense. Once
Yeah.
we get there.
And
It's you can feel the build already. Just instantly feel the build.
and we were talking about his facial expressions showing how much like effort this has taken him, but then you also see his hands.
Oh yeah, you
And he
can definitely
raises
tell what's
them
going
up
on
when he
there, yeah.
needs to, which
Yep.
I'm sure helps with kind of adjusting where you're singing from.
Mm-hmm. It can.
Hope you take it as a sign that you'll be okay.
Beautiful.
Everything
It really
will
was.
be okay. And if the seven hells collapse, although the day could be my last, you will be okay. When I'm gone, you'll be okay. The day that you arrived and the sun went black, an artificial night, you came and stole away the light and put it in your eyes.
Oh, pause there.
You could
That was
perfect.
amazing. He just like not only did he have that gesture put it in your eyes, but he also like got lighter, put it where he goes, and put it. He got lighter on the put because he's like saying how beautiful he thinks his daughter is. Oh my God, this is just amazing. There's so much good going on here.
Yeah, like this cover was really well done. And you could see like he steps back from the mic for just a second, does this kind of like hitting his face back right before he puts in a big effort bit.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I could go
that's
back and
partly because he's working the mic, like I said before.
Yeah,
The
but
louder
like
you
every
get, the further
time,
away you want to get, just slightly.
yeah, every time though did not mean to press the space bar, but every time he goes to get into a really hard part, he'll kind of step back for a bit and take like
A
he's
little
probably taking a breath
breath,
there.
a little
Yeah.
breath. Yeah, he'll get prepared for it, and that just shows his professionalism and
Oh
his
yes.
performer, like how long he's done this, and he clearly knows what's going
I
on.
believe he's done Broadway. I'm not
God, I'm not
100% sure, but I
surprised.
think he was Broadway.
And put it in your eyes. How could I possibly suspect that you'd eclipse the midnight sun? I thought that I knew all the moons, but then you pulled me back to one.
You could hear the strain on his voice as he said one, because he did all of that in one breath.
Yeah, I was
There
gonna
was
say
no
he was
space
running
for
out of
breath.
breath. You could feel it, and there was
Yeah.
also like the fact that he blended. There was like this phrase you could feel like the last like
Yeah,
three or
yeah.
four
Go
bars
back.
of that phrase were just he just kind of blended it to from the darker tone because it had that like
Yeah.
minor one chord or something like that, minor four maybe, um, and then he blended it back to the light again, and now he's probably gonna go back to that dark but light at the same time and that higher voice in just a second. That's
I think this is
awesome.
about to be the big old climax
Oh
section.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
But I backed it up a bit so we can real quick just see that quick transition you were talking about.
That I knew all
See, here's
the
Dart.
moons, but then you pulled me
See how he gets
back
happy?
to one.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
If the stars ever align,
Got breathy.
Oh, beautiful there.
He just got really
That
breathy
line.
to get ready for the bigger part there.
Oh yeah.
hope you take it as a sign that you will be okay.
And then he's also got this background
Yeah, the
singing
harmonies.
there,
That's a little bit of
which
a creative freedom, but that's honestly it adds that effect a little bit. It's
actually
just a
oh my
little
god.
more epic, but not like too epic. Because if it was too epic, it would like kind of kill the effect of you will be okay. But he's got it like just enough. It's like really just
Actually,
enough.
hold on, I'm gonna pull back up the original, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you actually pay close attention, there is actually that there. So I'm gonna just real
Is
quick check the
there?
timestamp.
Really?
Yeah. So around 2:40, I would say. We're gonna go right here. You can you hear it?
The day will be my last. You will be okay.
It's super high pitched and in the background.
Yeah, you're right. It is there. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's a
just gonna go
female's
back over
voice or
that.
something.
Yeah, probably.
Be my last. You will be okay.
Also, what is? I keep hearing something that sounds like a Discord notification. Hold on, let me see if I can hear it again.
And hell's collapse, although the day will be my last.
There, I heard it again. Do you hear that?
Last. It
just
says
a
L.
beep.
The L is not. His L was not very well done.
Last.
Yeah.
Last.
Although the
Just gonna play that
day
again.
will be my last.
Yeah, it's like
La-
right as he says that,
la-
there is a beep that sounds like a Discord notification.
That's crazy.
And we played over that, and it kept bothering me because I'm not seeing any more Discord notifications.
Oh, that's funny.
It was so weird.
That's very funny.
Everything will be okay.
Oh my god.
And if the seven hells collapse, although the day could be my last, you will be okay.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh my god, that high note was amazing. That was very
don't know
operatic,
which
but
one
still
high note.
amazing.
Because one of the voices, either the main or the background, was doing a lower note.
Yeah, I think I
Like-
can't. It's hard to tell because he's so
I
into
really
it. It's
could
really
not
hard
tell.
to tell.
I
It's hard
could
to
not
tell if he's
whether it was the
currently singing the
background.
low or the high.
You will be okay.
It's the background.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the background is lower because it looks like he's getting a little more
Well, no,
intense,
the
and he's
background
got
was the
these.
high.
Oh, you think? It's really
No,
hard to tell. Like that just
focus,
shows how good of a singer he is,
focus on the
though.
background. Hold on, focus on the background. Just all focus on the background.
You will be okay.
You hear it there?
Yeah, I did. That's crazy.
You gotta
That's super
focus
good.
on it and hear the sentence right before it. You can hear the build up in the background.
Oh yeah.
When I'm gone, you'll be okay. And when creation goes to die, you can.
Beautiful.
Amazing. Very intense.
I love like he like threw his head back, threw his arms up, like everything to get that out.
Yeah,
And
that's
it,
definitely, like we said, the climax of the song for sure.
it was really well done. This song is just amazing. Like Sam Haft, props to you. Caleb Hiles, beautiful cover.
Yeah, good stuff going on here.
Yes.
And find me in the sky upon the last days.
Beautiful.
And he's bringing
I
it
know
down
it's
just very slowly. He's bringing like a slow decrescendo down.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a
Dynamically.
bumpy roller coaster because it goes up just a little bit, only to go right back down.
Yeah, that's definitely how a lot of like most songs should be.
Yeah, and this is beautifully done.
And you will be okay.
Wow. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible.
And then there's what I was talking about, the metal
Addict
cover of
one, yeah.
Addict, which we might actually do in another video.
Yeah, probably so. I haven't seen Has Been
Because-
Hotel, so I'll have to catch that.
So yeah, you definitely got to watch the pilot of that, and then because the Addict song is actually separate from the show.
Ah.
It's strange. I'll definitely explain it if we do the video because I was actually thinking of mostly doing this series by myself, and I probably will.
Mhm.
But for stuff like this, I'll probably do this with you because it was actually really fun to get in this with you where you know what you're talking about a lot more than I do in this.
Well, in the technical forms, yes.
Yeah,
The
you know the
expressive forms you really already have down because it's just a human thing. Expression is a human and an animal based thing.
And I'm just leaving all these stuff up here for him because beautiful work on his end. But I do not care that his Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter are on there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna put the channel link in the description. I'm gonna put like all these videos in the description, all of that, which is definitely not me just making a note for me and editing later.
Duh.
But also the artwork in the back. I just want to go back so you can see that. Like, I love that he has fan artwork up in the back here.
That is
and in
kind
front
of
his
wholesome
piano,
as
too.
hell.
Yeah, and it's in front of his piano too. So while he's experimenting with notes, maybe he can look at his
When he's
stuff.
writing or practicing, he gets inspiration and all that. That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's incredible. That's well done.
I mean, you can see little pedals over here,
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
and then his thirst
Looks like a
quencher.
mixer or something.
And you
He's
got
probably
another
got a
thirst quencher.
compressor or something. Some other
How many
drinks.
drinks does he have? I think we're off topic.
We definitely are.
We're talking about his background.
But yeah, that was absolutely incredible. I'm glad you showed me that newer version because that was
Yeah, I'm
way
so glad.
good.
I'm so glad we couldn't do this until now because otherwise we would have to like either go back for a
Redo
new
it,
one.
yeah.
Well, we wouldn't redo the whole thing. We would just have to be like, so guys, we're
Here's
gonna
a new
talk about
one,
the
yeah.
Caleb Halls version now.
Yeah.
And this has been really fun. I'm glad that I did this with you.
Yeah, I'd like to continue to do stuff like this, definitely.
Yeah, so make sure you subscribe to him, guys, because he's probably gonna
Yeah.
be doing a couple of this on his own. I'm gonna be doing a couple of these on my own on Critics channel. So if you're on the King the Gamer, this is legit the only one that's going on the King the Gamer.
And if you're on the Foxtrot Music or in gaming channel, I'm gonna be doing one of the what I call the educated music review, the EMR. So that's what I'll be
That's a
doing on
great
there.
reminder of what I wanted to call this because I could not remember what we were gonna call this. So good editor me will remember that.
Yes. Well, this has been
Okay.
wholesome due to the music and the conversations we've had, and the music has definitely created this nice feeling for me now. Maybe I should just listen to this song when I
Yeah.
want to feel good. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely
I
incredible.
mean, and
And
I've listened to
it
this
gives a
song
lot
more
of
times
creative
than you
freedom, like you said, because like the writer who made the song, Sam Holt, or Haft,
Yeah, it was
like there's so much creative like freedoms you got with this song. Like say if I were to do a cover, I'd do it so differently than anyone else would, and it's just due to how people interpret the song itself.
So yeah, I think that'll be the end of this video. Go subscribe to legit everyone. Do it now.
Yeah, do it. Freaking do it, guys.